What a matchup we have for you fellers today. This is the 2000 Olympia winning version, Ronnie Coleman. 2015 Olympia winning version for Phil the Doctor Heath, or Phil the Gift Heath. Now, these two versions, not much said about it. Not much said about them, I should say. 2000, Ronnie Coleman. I was just doing a video on him, and I really zoomed in on this version. It's pretty good. And I did the exact same thing with Phil Heath not that long ago about this 2015 version. Now, these are two of their very best. Obviously, 99, 2003, 98 for Ronnie Coleman, 2013, 11 for Phil Heath. But these two versions are going to do a pose down. Now, in my opinion, if you did the whole pick them up with the DeLorean, a few years around their prime, what have you, they're not going to have the exact same versions as they brought to, say, 2003 or 2013. Things of that nature. Their nerves are going to affect them. They're in a DeLorean. They're traveling through time, for goodness sakes. So I believe if they did everything right, that these would be the versions that we would see when it comes to Ronnie Coleman and Phil Heath doing a time travel bodybuilding bodybuilding matchup. Structure, there's just no argument, guys. Ronnie Coleman, you could see from that front relaxed position, he is taller. Not only taller, but he stands straight. He holds his legs a lot straighter. He maximized his height. Not as much in the front double. You'll see other poses. There'll be a bigger height differential. But look at the size of those guns on Ron. Small waistline, huge big wheels, quads. Now Phil, muscle for muscle, he is good. He has awesome condition. He just can't touch Ronnie in that structure. It's just not even attainable. So, here's the front lat spread. I think it would be common knowledge. I think it would be, most people would say Ron's going to beat him from the front due to the structure. And yeah, it's going to be an uphill battle for Phil Heath. Midsection a little bit distended here for Phil too. And that's funny because 2015 he was trim. But in this particular pose, now again, muscle for muscle, look at the lats. Look at the detail of Phil. In certain ways, certain aspects, he is actually beating Ronnie Coleman. But it is the whole package. Not just who's winning on the structure, not just who's winning on the muscles, it's who puts it all together. The day of the event, 2075. They'll go pick them up, 2075. We'll see a good one. Turn to the side. This one is going to be less about the structure for... What was that? Anyway, it's going to be less about the structure dominance for Coleman, because Phil, he looks pretty thick and wide. I have no idea what that was. Looks very muscular indeed. But the funny thing is, Coleman looks more separated and looks more conditioned from the side here. Look at that, huh? But still, Phil, one of the greatest in the side chest. You can't really see the narrow clavicle versus Coleman's gray, big, wide, girth of clavicle width. He's a mastodon. He's a mastodon. They called him an alien. Said he was from a different planet. I don't think he took off to that... Oh, here's a side tricep. I don't think he took off to Zordon yet, though. 2003, I think it was. Now, the side point of view, not so much the side chest, because Coleman, he's a beast. But the side tricep, Phil, he's probably going to get him. And I'm not even too crazy about this picture of Phil. It's from the finals. He didn't hit his side tricep in the prejudging for some strange reason. I don't know why. Why, Phil? Sure, you're probably tuned into this video, right? Well, maybe not, maybe not. One can only dream, right? Well, actually, I hope he doesn't, because then he'll get mad at me when I call him the doctor. He knows he doesn't have a PhD. But you do, Phil. You did, anyway. Here is the back shot. Phil doing very well for himself on the side. PhD means Phil Heath domination. So you did have a PhD for a while, Phil. Now the back is always a debate. between these two guys. First thing, you see them. Oh, Coleman's winning. Look at the size of him. He's huge. And then you look at the detail. The dominance of the, 2000 rear lat spread of Coleman. I think this was one of his best. Look at the tree. Look at the lower half. He has that -% body fat he's known for. He has a crisp, clean look about him. And I'll be darned, I've never seen him battle Phil Heath in the detail department of the back before. Incredible. And Phil, he was on here in 2015. He was on something. I think you're all on a little something, gnome, sing. Because if they're not, I think that we should probably call a doctor. Have them checked out. Here's the rear double, for goodness sakes. And when it comes to this pose, nobody can mess with Coleman. Some people can mess with him as far as the back. You got a few guys out there. Jean-Bidon, Pierre Fuchs. Things of that nature as well. But as far as the lower half, nobody touches this guy. And Phil does the same thing with everybody. He has that popcorn fart, dry lower half. You compare it with anybody else. They look 6 weeks out, or whatever Dorian says about Brandon Curry that time. Now, if conditions equal, if the condition is equal, Coleman wins hands down. It's going to have to be quite a bit of dominance in terms of detail and condition for Phil for him to get a victory over Coleman. His structure's too big. Look at the size of this guy. More symmetrical, more perfect is Phil. Better? In a way, he is. He is. But Coleman able to match that lower half condition, and just huge in the back. So using these two very good versions, not the best of each, farther from the worst, I think, than the best, I think Coleman's probably going to get him. And that's the front, that's the side, and that's the back. We have a couple of poses left, but as we know, nobody's going to dominate in the abs and thigh. As far as the next pose, I think the same story will occur with that. But, I mean, yeah, you could give Phil the abs and thigh. Then you could turn around and say, no, Coleman's winning. But I'll stick with nobody's dominating too much in this pose. And then you get the most muscular. Yeah, Coleman's winning. This is from the finals. He was bigger, I think, and even better in the finals. So if you think it is unfair for me to use just the prejudging of Coleman and not the finals, well, I think Coleman's probably winning anyway. So I don't think it matters too much, does it? No, it doesn't. And we're going to finish off with the finals of Coleman. Yeah, I think he was. Yeah, see? I think he was more blockbustery at the finals, was Coleman. Ripped to shreds, though, Mooney. You could tell by those back shots. And so was the gift, Phil Heath. He was incredible. I do believe 2015, Phil, he'd get a few of the Colemans. He'd get 01. He'd get 02. Maybe 06. Probably 06. 07 for sure. But I don't think that he's going to get 2000. 2000, maybe Coleman's third, maybe even second best. If you consider how fresh he looked compared to 2003, I think he would take 2003. Streamlined back shots? Hard to say. Definitely underrated, as is 2015 for Dr. Phil. Let me know. Comment section below. First of all, who's winning this one, and then let me know where you think that these versions rank. Not smell-wise, like if you stepped in poop. I mean, that's bad. You get into somebody's car, first date, first prize. You get last prize on that date. But anyway, yeah, let me know. Is this Coleman's fourth, fifth best Olympia winning version? And Phil's third best. 2012 is good too. Have a great one, guys.